We've now had the full list released of the contestants who will be on the 2025 series of Strictly Come Dancing. I'm going to run through all of them, let you know what I think of each person, and more importantly, who I think they're all going to be dancing with. And please, if you are a Strictly fan, comment below as you're watching this video on what you think about each person and who you think they're going to be dancing with, right? Because then we can revisit this as the show comes out, reflect, has our opinion changed? Did we call it right? Let's find out. So first of all, and I'm just going to go straight from this Radio Times article, easiest way to do it, we got this fella here, Kristian, who famously, most people on Strictly, I have generally I know like one or two of them, and the rest I'm just completely bamboozled to who they are. We're starting off strong because I know who this fella is. He is Hodor in Game of Thrones. 49 years old, he's an actor and DJ. I cannot imagine that he's going to be any good at dancing, right? I'm sure he's a lovely fella. I mean, he's a DJ, so he knows music, he knows rhythm, but he's a big fella. Nothing wrong with that, but he's a big fella. Is he going to know how to move? I don't think so. Who would I put him with? Being so tall, it can only be the one, the only, Nadia, right? It's got to be. Not that Nadia's necessarily tall, but she's like the tallest lady, so it's got to be her. But I think he's not going to do well, let's be honest. I think people will keep him in for like a couple of episodes, but I can't see him lasting further than week 3. Next up, we've got this lady, Karen, someone who I have no idea. I've not got a Scooby who she is. I did a little bit of Googling. It says here she's a journalist. I believe she was a footballer, and now she does like a football podcast. And I don't know football, so I was never going to know who she is. 38 years old. Looks great for 38. But to be fair, Kristian is 49. He looks great for 49. These celebrities are aging well. She's got 124,000 followers on Instagram, so she's not necessarily like a massive celebrity in it. This is why I don't know a lot of these people, because she's not really like a huge celebrity, is she? She's just on television. Being on TV does not make you a celebrity. Sorry to say, she's got 124,000 followers on Instagram, so I'm well in my right to not know who she is. She's athletic, she's going to have the stamina. Will she be a good dancer? Probably not. Who am I going to put her with? Carlos she could be with. I don't think Gorka's doing it. She's screaming Johannes, but I'm not going to say Johannes. I'm going to say that she's going to be with, I'm going to put her with Vito. I think there's definitely the kind of, Vito's like high energy, she's athletic, so I can see that working well. Moving on, we've got Ross King. Ross King, also not sure who he is. He is a presenter, 63. Once again, he looks great for 63. What is with these celebrities? He does ITV's Good Morning, and he does Lorraine for Someone's Go, because Lorraine doesn't do Lorraine, so yeah, don't know much about the fella. Is he going to be a good dancer? Once again, probably not. He's also only got like 25,000 followers. I'm not using Instagram as like a way to dictate how famous somebody is, but it says a lot, right? Oh, I do know who he is. He's the celebrity guy. He's the Hollywood Reporter guy, right? Yes, I do know exactly who he is. He's the Hollywood Reporter guy. He's the guy that says what's going on in Hollywood, Hollywood gossip, celebrity stuff. I do know who he is. I like him. He's got like fun-loving attitude. So who will he be with? He's going to be with someone who matches that. I'm like 90% sure on this one. I've got a solid inkling. Nancy. Nancy's a joker. He's a bit of a joker. She's fun-loving. He's fun-loving. Absolutely. Then we've got this guy, Stefan, 66-year-old. Don't have to say it. Looks great for 66. He's an soap actor, best known for his portrayal of Paul Robinson in Neighbours. Once again, another person I don't know. I told you, I never know any of these people. I started off strong, but I don't watch soaps either. How do I think he's going to do? I think he's going to be a dark horse. I think he's going to last till week 6. Still don't think he's going to be in for a long time, but week 6 I'm going to say. And he's going to be dancing with Lauren. 100% Lauren. I'm putting him with Lauren. Done. Moving on. So far, we've not had anyone who I think is going to be a good dancer. We've had all these people who are going to be out quite early, I reckon. It's like we're listing off the order in which they're going to go out. Vicky Pattison. Vicky Pattison, I know, 37 years old. Looks great for 37. Do I think she's going to be a good dancer? No. Oh, look at that. She got married. That is a lovely wedding dress, isn't it? It's very, looks like a what do you call them? Doily? Like what old people have on tables? Not in a bad way though. I mean that in an absolute, the best way possible. She looks great. She looks fantastic. I love his white suit as well. It's like elegant, very elegant. She's got some dogs. Those dogs are a bit fat. She probably needs to put those on a bit of a diet. Stop feeding them so much kibble, because they are some fat dogs. I can't imagine she's going to be too much of a great dancer. She strikes me as one of those, you know, like some of these people, they come on Strictly and they're holding back. It's not like they're bad dancers, they're just scared to be embarrassed, so they hold back a little bit and they don't get into it until it's like movie week or Halloween, until they get a costume on. Like Jamie Lang. Jamie Lang was so boring. He was scared of being embarrassing. He was scared of dancing. And then they put him in that Hercules outfit, and he just took off from there, right? I think she's going to be the same one. If she can make it to movie week or Halloween week, I think it'll be like a complete turnaround for her. They're probably going to give her an Argentine tango Halloween week, and it'll be like the switch over. She'll be bottom of the pack the entirety till then, and then boom, into the final week. That's my prediction. But who's going to take her there? Well, it can't be Neil, because he'll never make it that far. This could be Johannes. Or Aliash. Aliash or Johannes. Or Carlos. Carlos, Aliash, Johannes. I'm going to say Aliash. That's who, yeah, putting them together. If he's even in it this time. I don't think he's in it this time. If he's not in it, Johannes. Moving on, we've got Thomas Skinner, who I recognise the face. He was on The Apprentice, I can see that there. I believe there's a lot of backlash online. People don't like him. He said some controversial stuff in the past. People aren't a big fan of him. For that, I'm not even sure if he's going to make it to the show. I think he probably might pull out before then. If he does, he's going to be the one that's bullied off early. So I'm going to say week 1, he's out of there, because of public opinion, right? It's a public opinion show. Whether he can dance or he can't dance, he's going to be out straight away. So they're probably going to put him with a dancer that they don't care about being in for a long time, which is either going to be Amy or it's going to be Luba. I'm going to say Luba. Moving on, we've got, how do you say that? Levoy? A drag queen, 45 years old. Best known for RuPaul's Drag Race 2024. Who are you going to be with now? If I hadn't already paired up Johannes, I would say Johannes. But that's way too obvious, isn't it? Because you're always going to put Johannes with the guy or the drag queen or the, flamboyant one. So I'm going to twist it, and I think it's going to be Neil. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Moving on, we got Chris Robshaw. Don't know him. Rugby union player. Can't say much about him except he's 39 years old and he looks great for his age. Can't say how long he'll last. 4 weeks. We still haven't got anyone who I think is going to be an amazing one, except for the last one, the drag queen. The drag queen I think is going to be a good dancer. So they'll probably last up until or near the final. It's just whether or not the audience votes them out first because they're a drag queen. And the Strictly audience can sometimes be a little bit you know. Anyway, this fella, Michelle, easy, moving on. Ellie Goldstein, 23 years old, model, actor, influencer, made history being the first model with Down syndrome. I had no idea who this was, again. On the cover of British Vogue. Could be a good dancer, could not. Is this our first contestant with Down syndrome? I'm not too sure. I think so. Once again, is she a celebrity? Because, like I said, I'm not relying on Instagram to see their celebrability, but they did mention that she is an influencer, and she's an influencer, and I've got more followers than her, and they're never going to let me on Strictly, so I'm not sure that's fair. Who am I going to put her with? It's going to be Nikita, Vito, Kai, Carlos, Dancing with Carlos. Moving on, how many more have we got? Because I think I started off strong, but now I'm running out of time. So I'm going to start rushing through them. Clarke, no idea who he was again. He's a TikToker. Who is he going to be with? I think in my last video, I said Diane, but now I'm going to change it and I'm going to say Yvita, which, is he going to be a good dancer? Yes, he is. Will he make it to the final? Probably. He's going to be one that the public hate at first because they don't know who he is, and then he could change public opinion. Then we've got Harry, Nitro from Gladiators. I first saw Nitro, as everyone else did, when they announced Gladiators on Strictly Come Dancing. Fun fact, I was at that showing. I was in the crowd. I was up above, sat down, way up, watching, and I said then, as did my fiance, he's going to be a good dancer. If he isn't with Yvita, if the other guy isn't with Yvita, he's going to be with Yvita. If not, they're going to put him with Diane. Sorted, absolutely. Great dancer, he's going to make it to the final. 100% going to make it to the final. Then we've got Dani Dyer. She's the one that, what's her face? Shirley is going to hate, because for some reason, Shirley just dislikes all the young women contestants. So she's gonna hate her. And the public also give young women such a hard time on Strictly Come Dancing. Though, I think she's already got a good public presence. I'm excited to see her. I think she's going to be a great dancer. One of those, again, who's just going to be... What was that lady called? There was one lady that did it once. Everyone hated her, public-wise. She kept being in the bottom, even though she was a great dancer. I think she's going to be similar. She's going to be with Vito or Nikita. Vito or Nikita. I'm going to say Nikita. Alex, didn't know who she was. Knew the face. I knew she was... Well, I didn't know who she was. I knew she was from... Like, she did a bit of Doctor Who and she used to do some telly stuff, and I think I've seen her on Loose Women. I don't think she's going to last long at all, and I think she's going to be with Kai. Then we've got this footballer who I think is going to be out week 2. Jimmy. Jimmy's going to be out week 2, and Jimmy's going to be dancing with Karen. And there we go. That is my 2025 Strictly Come Dancing full contestant list and predictions of where I think they're going to place and who I think they're going to be placing with. Sorry if it got a bit chaotic at the end, but I realised that I'm running out of time and I started giving so much time to people and then I had to go. So, thanks for watching.